Alrighty, folks, thanks again for clicking on today's video. James Cards FC is back here today. Been working on this one for a little while, and so that's the reason for the delay in recording schedule. But anyways, besides that, we're going to talk about soccer cards today, as we always do, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about serial numbered soccer cards. So I went ahead and I took a sleepless night and I did the math, and I found that Messi has 80,000 or so of these serial numbered cards, and so I wanted to go ahead and have a little discussion on that today. So let's talk about serial numbered cards. Introduction. So, as I've stated a few times before on this channel, with the explosion of the sports card hobby in 2020 and early 2021, speculators flocked to base cards. These cards were the kings of the pandemic era market for a few different reasons. They're easy to understand, they were easy to find sales history of, and the price points that they were at the time they were selling were pretty much prices that anybody had access to, usually. Now, there were cases when base cards at the ultimate peaks were thousands of dollars, or it just depended on the set, but for the most part, these were relatively inexpensive cards priced anywhere between $50 and $500 that you could transact with at will. So, throughout 2021 and onwards, these cards saw a huge crash in both value and favorability in the market. So the vast majority of these base cards were produced in mass, and people rushed to grade them, and that caused a huge supply increase. And also you had free money and interest in the card market in general starting to dry up in mid-2021, and the demand for those cards decreased at the same time that the supply was increasing, and base cards that had only ever gone up since 2019 were now going down, and the speculators started to head for the exits as they finally saw the line going up start to go down. They no longer want to be a part of that, so they left the market. All these factors continue to push the prices of these cards down. Even into today, the prices of these base cards are still dropping. So, as the base market continued to spiral, more and more of the remaining speculators in the market shifted to numbered cards or serial numbered cards, believing that since those cards had low known print runs, they would be safe from the factors that killed the base card market. So, what we're going to be going over today is, are these numbered cards really the safe haven speculators are hoping for, and just how many of them actually are out there? And then in the very bottom of the screen, these are two of the more commonly used cases. The Luka, in terms of the overall sports card market, this card exploded to over $2,000 in value, and now sits around the $400 to $500-ish value point. And same thing for the Messi, just on a much more ridiculous scale. It goes from $10 to $4,000 and then comes back down. And I think it sits around $100 or $150 these days. But yeah, that was the story of the base card market. Once people saw these things happening and the price shooting back down, they moved into serial numbered cards, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, let's talk about Messi's serial numbered card supply. I used Messi because he's probably he is the most sought after player in the modern card soccer market. And so we're going to be using him as an example. After spending an evening using Beckett's checklist filter feature, I found the following information on Lionel Messi's serial numbered card supply, and there might be some slight user error in terms of the data that I translated over to my Excel sheet, but you can feel free to double check my work just using the Beckett website. It's really easy to do this. It's just going to take a pretty long amount of time to build it all out. So, including only Topps and Panini branded cards, Messi has 2,358 different serial numbered card variations. 609 of these are one-of-ones, which is 26% of the total. 1,191 of these cards are numbered to 10 or less, which is half of the total. And then around 1,800 of these are numbered to 50 or less, which is 78% of the total. So out of all the Messi numbered card variations out there, 78% of them are numbered to 50 or less, and 50% of them, or half of them, are numbered to just 10 or less. Now, in the second one, this is probably the more important one, if you sum together the total print run of all of Messi's serial numbered cards, you would find that he has 81,179 total serial numbered cards once you count for each of the variations. So for a card out of 50, I'm counting that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 50. So summing all that together, you get 81,179 total cards. So 4,678 of those cards are numbered to 10 or less, which represents 6% of the population. 25,124 of these are numbered to 50 or less, which is 30% of the population. And around 45,000 of those cards are numbered to 100 or less, which is 55% of the population. So 55% of the serial numbered Messi cards that are out there in circulation are numbered to 100 or less, and 31% are numbered to 50 or less. So these numbers can be difficult to wrap your head around without visualization, so let's go ahead and move on to the next slides where I show this in a much more visual and easier to understand way. So this chart I've titled How Many Cards Are Ahead of Yours, and it basically shows the print run on the far left-hand side. That's how many there are, and on the bottom right, I'll go ahead and circle this here. On the bottom of the table, this is the out of number. So if it's serial numbered out of 10, there is 4,678 cards that are either at that number or below that number. If you move up to serial numbered out of 25, there are 13,000 of those cards that are either numbered out of 25 or lower. If you go all the way up to 250, there are 72,000 cards, serial numbered cards, that are numbered to 250 or lower. So I give the example here on the far right with this Messi Gold Refractor from 2019 Finest, saying that there are 25,000 other Messi cards with equal or lower numbering than that one. So down here on the bottom, I define it a little bit more. If you have a serial numbered Messi card out of 10, there are 4,678 other Messi cards that are also numbered to 10 or lower. And if you have a serial numbered Messi card numbered out of 100, there are around 45,000 other Messi cards numbered to 100 or lower. So go ahead, feel free to take this all in, pause the video, feel free to copy this chart, and you can see how many cards or serial numbered cards are ahead of the serial numbered Messi card that you have. So just how I'd read this again, if you have a serial number Messi card out of 50, there are 25,000 other serial number Messi cards that are either numbered to 50 or lower. So that chart's out of the way. Let's move on to the Messi numbered cards over the years chart. So this is using Messi's serial numbered card variations by year. So in this case, a card number out of 50 is just counted once, whereas in the previous graph, a card number out of 50 was counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 50. The only reason I did it like this in this chart is because when I searched by years, it would take so long to figure out how many individually serial numbered cards there are per year. So I just went with the variations because it was quicker. But if you want to do all that math work, you can go ahead and do that on your own time. I just went with the number of card variations by year. So for 2014, there were 33 different serial numbered card variations. 2015, you had 124. And then it doubles or so in 2016, where it goes to 228. Stays at the same amount for 2017, and then 2018 it explodes up to 469, then back down to 270, 262, and an explosion in 2021 up to 521. I did not include 2022 because the product for that year is just like barely even coming out now, even though we're in 2023, but that's a whole separate issue for another day. So on the right hand side, you can see the two Messi cards that I posted here. This is a red prism numbered out of 10, or sorry, not numbered out of 10. I believe it's numbered out of 149 from 2014 Prism. And then on the right-hand side of that, also you have a 2021 Topps. I actually don't even know what set this is. My Journey, Lionel Messi Green, also numbered out of, I think, 99 for 2021. Really don't know what that card is, but it's from 2021 and it was serial numbered, so I put it. The point here is that there's 16 times more serial numbered card variations printed in 2021 versus 2014. So as I see here in the bullet points, the number of serial numbered card variations for Messi has been increasing steadily since they began in 2014. 2018 is an outlier year due to sets like 2018 Prism World Cup and 2018 Donruss having so many numbered cards. And then there was also a huge explosion in 2021 compared to the normal years prior because companies like Panini and Topps, which we're using here, are making more and more product with more and more serial numbered cards in the post-market boom era than we've ever seen before. So I would expect this number of 521 serial numbered card variations to either hold steady or increase over these next few years as there continues to be more product and more serial numbered cards. So from this, let's go ahead and talk about how rare is rare enough. So after looking at the amount of low serial numbered Messi cards that exist, I think we can all agree that serial numbered cards are not as rare as they seem. Again, there are over 25,000 Messi cards numbered to 50 or less, and that number will only increase over the next few years and could conceivably push towards the 50,000 number by the time that he retires, considering he still has at least 2 or 3 more years of probably playing at a top-ish level, and then maybe another year or two playing at a mid-tier level, and there'll be even more cards, of course, then. So yeah, I don't think 50,000 is unrealistic for the amount of numbered cards 50 or less he ends up having by the end of his career. So this is on the left-hand side of the screen. This is the 2004 Messi Multichromo rookie card number 609. This is seen as the common Messi rookie and not rare enough to really be investable. It's just too common. You can still find these out there, all that sort of stuff. So there are currently around 1,500 copies graded by all the major grading companies combined together, and the pop of that card would need to increase by 1,566% to match the number of Messi serial numbered cards numbered to 50 or less. And the pop of this card in reality has increased by around 10% in the past year. So this is just showing you that even the most common of Messi rookies, and a Messi rookie that a lot of people avoid because it's too common, is insanely more rare than just a serial numbered card out of 50 is. So knowing that, in my opinion, the only truly rare, when we talk about rare, I talk about really rare Messi serial numbered cards are the one of ones, which there are currently 609 of. But I think you could also make arguments for the out of 5, which there are 2,000 of, or the out of 10, which there are 4,600 of, if you want to go ahead and make those cases. I personally don't think something that there's 2,000 of or something that there's nearly 5,000 of is all that rare. But obviously we're going to talk about that more as we go through. So the point here is that Messi serial numbered cards, even in low numbers, are not rare. So rarity alone isn't really a great argument for purchasing one of these serial numbered cards, which means that you need something else besides rarity that is working in your favor if you're going to be buying one of these, in the hopes that in the future this will be more valuable than what you bought it at. Of course, if you just want to buy cards for fun and you don't really care about the value, feel free to click off the video. That's not what we're talking about here. Here we're talking about the more financial side. And so when we talk about that, we have to think about the fact that rarity alone is not really going to be a great argument for purchasing these items in the short to medium to long term, because as evidenced in all this math, you're going to need something else besides rarity working in your favor. And I know I'll go ahead and go back and just talk about a caveat here. Somebody's going to say that even a serial numbered card out of 250, to which there are 72,000 of, is too low. There's going to be more than 72,000 people wanting Messi cards in the future. I think that's a little spotty. Even the most in-demand cards for the major sports, like basketball or baseball, even the most desired cards on the market on eBay will maybe have 300 watchers, maybe, of the most popular. In soccer, there'll probably be around 100 watchers for the most desired soccer cards. These will be flawless on-card autos or high-grade Messi rookies. They'll maybe get 100 watchers. So 72,000 is a lot more than 100, 200, 300, 400, or even if you up it to 1,000. So just keep that in mind going forward. But obviously, if the market completely explodes and every card has 72,000 watchers, then yeah, this video is pointless. But no, that is not going to happen. There are not going to be this many people wanting serial numbered Messi cards. It's just unrealistic to assume so, at least in my opinion. So let's talk here about the special sauces, as I call them. Besides rarity or the lack thereof, you need something in addition that will make your card more sought after than all others. In my opinion, this could be a variety of traits. So the traits that I think could matter along with the serial numbered that increases its probability of being valuable in the future would be that it is in a significant set, which would mean that the card comes from a set with strong lineage, collectability, and demand. So I put up the example here of a 2017 Topps Chrome Purple Champions League numbered out of 250 PSA 10, and that sells for around the same price as the 2021 Chrome Gold numbered out of 50 in PSA 10. It comes out 4 years later. But it still sells for the same price. And I know these are two different serial numbers, but I want to talk about here is the difference between them. So the gold narrative on the 2021 version is strong. A lot of people in the market right now really want gold stuff, and so that's probably one of the reasons why it sells so expensive. But which set will be more sought after in the future, and by how much, are the types of questions that I would be asking. And in my opinion, the 2017 version of the set, being that it was the first year of the set and it has Messi in a Barcelona kit, and it's his first Chrome, I think that matters so much more than Messi's first PSG Chrome card that is also happens to be the gold refractor. But you can obviously make your own assumptions from this. I just think that being in a significant set is going to increase the probability that that card will fare better in the future, even if the serial numbering is not correct. So, or not as low as some of the other ones, sorry. So, Then one of the other special sauces I say is significant design. So the card's design is unique and therefore recognizable and sought after. So an example I came up with here is the 2020 Inception Blue out of 49 PSA 10 sells for the same price as the 2018 Prism Orange out of 65 in PSA 9 condition. Yes, the Prism is out of 65 and it's a Prism and it's a World Cup Prism, but how many more lower numbered, earlier, or more significant Prisms does Messi have than this 2018 one? Obviously, I think most people would pick any of the 2014 Prisms that are serial numbered over this out of 65 from 2018. I think a lot of people, especially with the narratives going around now, would prefer a 2022 of different numbered variations than this 2018 that happens to be out of 65. Orange doesn't really match his kit. Orange is not significant. This World Cup isn't significant to him. The set isn't super significant unless the Mbappe rookie elevates it to a ridiculous status. So for all those reasons, I don't really like this 2018 Prism Messi, despite the fact that it is a Prism and it is somewhat low numbered. So shifting over to the Inception, this is a favorite design of many collectors, including Messi collectors, because of the image and the background. It just looks really nice. And although they do not fetch high prices currently, I know this is something that the collectors, at least right now in the market, say that they really like. So over time, does that shift in its favor? There's not very many of them. There's less of them than the Prism, but it comes from a less known set, but people really like it that are actually collecting it. So I don't know. That's just one of the things that came into my mind when I thought about significant designs that could set things apart in terms of the serial numbering, because the point of this exercise, like I said, is that you need something else besides just serial numbering to make your card more valuable in the long run. You can't just buy a Messi card numbered out of 199 from a random set and assume that you're going to be safe because it is serial numbered. That's just not the case in my opinion. So, final slide here, as always, do your own research. I'm not trying to say that all serial numbered cards are trash or that you should specifically be targeting the cards I referenced in this video. For full disclosure, I don't own anything that I've shown in this video. Not really trying to own anything that I've shown in this video. These were just the things that popped up when I was doing some simple searches. So I wanted to present you with the data that shows these serial numbered cards probably aren't as rare as any of us really think they are. Not all out of 50s are created equal, and even some out of 250s receive superior prices to the ones that are numbered out of 50. Don't just buy random serial numbered cards, even low serial numbered cards, just because it's the hot thing to do in the market at this time. It was hot to buy base Prism cards in 2020, and go ahead and look how that turned out. So just be careful. Take the time to do your own research, understand the cards that are available to you at different price ranges, and understand that understand that there are fundamentals, but at the end of the day, trust your own intuition. If you can justify why a particular card stands out from the rest, perhaps others in the future will do so as well. So I'll go ahead and leave you with this slide and this little collection of cards and this question here. Each of these Messi numbered cards sold for the $75 to $100 price range in the past month. Which of these do you think you would be taking and why? And you can go ahead and answer that in the comment section below. I have a very strong preference for one particular card in here. The rest of them don't really do anything for me, but I think one of these cards is really nice in that price range, but I'm sure there'll be a variety of different opinions, and that's really the point of everything, is everybody's going to have their own opinions on this. But yes, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something about serial numbered cards, and again, the main takeaway here is that there's a lot of them out there. Messi has over 80,000 right now. That is going to get over 100,000 by the time his playing career is over. So just being serial numbered, even low serial numbered, is not going to be enough to be able to blindly deploy money into and guarantee the fact that they'll be going up in the future. You need something else, and it's up to you to try and determine what that extra something else is. But I would not be going into the market randomly buying serial numbered cards just because they're serial numbered. You got to have some reasons that are more intricate and more detailed than just it was a serial number Messi card and a low serial number Messi card, so I bought it. So, and rant is over. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Join the Discord link in the description to join the community of collectors like myself and Andre Soccer Study, Alec, United States Men's National Team Soccer cards, and a lot of the guys that I've been on channels before of. They'll be in the Discord. We can answer questions and do all that sort of fun stuff. So feel free to join that, and I will see you guys in the next video.